Aloha, greetings from Pacific School of Religion, your seminary on Holy Hill in Berkeley, California. It is such a delight to be able to be with you for the 2020 Aha Pae as we respond to the conference invitation, Let Us Covenant Together. My name is David Vasquéz-Levy, and I serve as president at PSR. I bring greetings on behalf of the many alumni who serve the conference, as well as our faculty, staff, students, and board of trustees, especially our Hawaii trustees, the Reverend Dr. Alan Akana, who also serves as president of the Kauai Association, Dr. Richard Chung, who serves as moderator at Waikiola Congregational Church, and Connie Mitchell, who just completed her service on the board of trustees at PSR. We gather in new and unexpected ways. Back a few months ago, when we first needed to move completely remotely to operate both our courses and our worship life at PSR, our director of community life, Reverend Ann Jefferson, jokingly said to me, "I feel like John of Patmos." John of Patmos is credited to be the author of the book of Revelation in the Bible. And he wrote, as she pointed out, letters from isolation, from a distance to the churches, encouraging them in a time of great transition with words of hope and possibility. That is what we have all needed to do in these times. Through Zoom, through letters, through calls, we have responded to these unprecedented times in creative ways, just like John of Patmos did, to still speak with hope and possibility into these times that feel truly apocalyptic. I'm sure you have noticed how much that word has begun to be used. I have been noticing it. I have been experiencing it as well, because it does feel apocalyptic, as it did just a couple of weeks ago here in Northern California, as we woke up to completely red skies and never got to see the sun for several days because of the amount of smoke in the air from the fires around us. It really does feel apocalyptic when we think about the disruption of our society, the level of frustration that's being expressed in protests, the impact of the environment on our lives, and certainly the pandemic. But we who are people of faith know that the word apocalyptic means more than just the end. See, the word apocalyptic comes from the Greek word for revelation, hence the title of the book of John of Patmos is Revelations. Apocalyptic means revealing. This is a time that has truly revealed the ways in which our society, the cracks in our society. It has revealed the deep inequalities around race that we are living with. It has revealed the deep inequalities in our health systems and its vulnerabilities through this pandemic. And it certainly has revealed the impact we are having on the planet through the environment. But as people of faith, we understand that an apocalyptic time is not only about revealing what is broken, it is also about being attentive to what God is revealing in this moment. And for that, I am grateful. Because this apocalyptic time has truly revealed to us what Martin Luther King Jr. said in his letter from Birmingham jail, that we are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. This apocalyptic time has revealed our dependence to one another, a dependence that we need to more fully understand, a connectivity that you as the people of Hawaii know well in the diversity of your community, but also in your awareness of dependence. This level of dependence and connection one to another is deep within the understanding of the people of the oceans. In his remarkable book, Waves of God's Embrace, Sacred Perspectives from the Ocean, Bishop Winston Halapua writes as follows: the ancient oceanic people knew only one moana, one ocean. He highlights that the ancient oceanic peoples did not understand the oceans as separate 5 different seas and oceans and seas as we might in contemporary understandings of geography. Rather, he says they understood the diversity of it, but also its connectivity. He writes in his book, there is diversity in the 5 oceans, and the diversity is free-flowing. The oceans flow into one another. There is dynamic interconnectedness through the strength of life-giving currents and other deep oceanic currents. This apocalyptic moment has certainly revealed our brokenness, but it also has revealed this deep interconnection we have with one another. The dying words of George Floyd were traumatic, but they have also become emblematic and a metaphor for the way that we are connected around the world. His dying words, "I can't breathe," speak not only to the loss of his life, but to the ways that racism makes it impossible for many in our society to breathe and fully live and thrive. The words, "I can't breathe," speak to a planet that's struggling for breath in the midst of major changes in our environment. It speaks to a pandemic that threatens our very ability to breathe. We know deeply in this apocalyptic moment our connectivity, but in it also we are seeing revealed the connection we have with one another around the world. The words and the life of George Floyd represented an emblematic sense of connection as protests everywhere in the world called out for justice, not just for him, but for a transformative experience of the world. That, brothers and sisters, is what God is also revealing in this moment. I'm originally from Guatemala, and we often deal with situations that are tragic with comedy in some ways. My brother sent me a cartoon shortly after the pandemic began, and in it there is an image of the globe, and you see an image for God and one for the devil. And the devil says to God in that cartoon, somewhat smirking, "Ha, I closed all your churches with COVID-19. To which God responds, quite contrary, "I have opened one in every household." Truly, what is being revealed in this moment is that the church is everywhere present. Through Zoom settings, through conversations, through calls, through ministry that we are doing, we have recognized that the church is alive and well in every household, and we are called to transform the way we enter and engage the world. It is that commitment to shaping the world anew that has led us to a partnership for which we are deeply grateful with the Hawaii Conference to launch our new theological education for leadership in a Hawaii cohort. This is a program we have been doing for over 30 years to prepare leaders for the church, to prepare lay leaders with a deeper understanding of their own faith and their ability to lead in their congregations. Now this program is available to all of you in Hawaii, as we are starting cohorts in every island in Hawaii. Right now we are doing it all remotely because of the pandemic, but it will also help us to shape and prepare new leaders for congregations. As we gather for this gathering now, we're beginning our second course that invites us to talk story, telling our stories, an introduction to Christian education by Dr. Michael Cepedoza Campos. In just a couple of weeks, we will be starting another course on biblical interpretation, celebrating how this ancient text speaks to us today with Dr. Jeffrey Aceto. I invite you to visit psr.edu to learn more about this and many of our other transformative programs in which we seek to prepare leaders for the church and the society through remarkable and transformational programs for the preparation of pastors through our master's degrees, through the theological education for ministry, and through also our efforts through our Ignite Institute that is inviting us through podcasts and short-term certificates to reimagine the ways we contribute to the transformation of the world. Brothers and sisters, what a privilege to be with you. May you be blessed as you gather together and remember the words of the Apostle Paul, who invited the people of Ephesus in a time of great transition as they began to be a church, that we are one Father, one baptism, one Lord, that we are called into this one ministry together, into one Moana. I am grateful to be part of that community with you and for our partnership together. Blessings as you gather this weekend.
us today. I hope that you saw them and heard them, and that you were able to feel the presence of God within us today. It was an incredible day. Thank you for coming.
We, from this space, be reminded throughout the semester of the beauty of the cultures we celebrate today. Thank you, thank you.
Angeles and tell them about the good news that is here in PSR. Okay, thank you all so much.